If you're looking for exclusive content, please don't look any further than joining the Trap Talk Patreon family. Some of the best reptile keepers in this industry are part of the Trap Talk Patreon family. As soon as you join the Patreon family, you connect to a Discord. You can also tap into an Instagram group chat, connect with some of the most diverse keepers we have in the reptile hobby today. Shout out to my Patreon members and be ready for Trap Fest 2026. It's going to be one of the biggest events yet. Find all information again in the very first link in the description below. And again, thank you so much to all my fellow Patreon members out there. Cheers.
T-minus 30 seconds. T-minus 20 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 0.
Trap Talk Reptile Network, coolest reptile network in the world. This is episode 750 on the Tree Tuesdays, the return of Cosmic Chondros, aka Steven Saltzman in the building. Woo, it's going to be a smoker one tonight, guys. You guys are in for a treat. But yeah, I'm your boy MJ. Welcome. This is your first time listening. Do me a favor, hit that like button. Okay, get that out of the way. Free feature. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell. Select all. You'll be reminded every episode released at the network 7 days a week, Monday through Sunday. Only network giving you brand new episodes every day of the week. So I appreciate all the love and support. Really means a lot. And of course, welcome my boys, Bill Stiegel, the mayor of Chondro Town and one with nature.
Right.
What's up, boys?
What's up, fellas?
I love the backdrop, Marshall.
Thank you. It's nice out tonight.
Yeah, it's nice here too.
Yeah, what's the occasion? Why are you outside, man? I've never seen an episode outside. This is great.
Man, it was so nice tonight and staying light later. Got the house to myself, so
That's true.
figured why not? Try it out, at least for a little while. I might get cold in a bit, but
Yeah, I was gonna say, what's the weather in Alabama now?
it's gonna get down to like low 60s tonight.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm always
And then-
cold, so
Yeah, where you at right now with your weather, Bill? You're pretty much in the clear with all the winter shit at this point?
Yeah, I think we're done with all that. Shoot, on Saturday, the high was 95 here. So
Wow.
yeah, I think we're done with the winter mix.
Have you guys noticed the fucking heat here in SoCal? Have you guys seen the it's record breaking, dude? It's been like, well, it's been good the last couple of days, but we've had mid 90s to 90s for the last like 10 days. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been fucking brutal. In March too. Like that doesn't happen here in March. So yeah, we're complaining a lot over here. But
That's
hey.
hot for you guys.
Yeah, it is, man. I really like. My goddamn mini split's been working like overtime because I'm doing everything I can to keep this room cool, and it's good. But I still don't know if the outside's still affecting the breeding, and I don't know. It might. We'll fucking find out, dude.
how long has it been that warm though?
It's been this warm for about a month now.
Wow.
Yeah,
Oh, shit.
yeah, like touch and go. Like we had a cold. I guess what you could consider cold for about a couple weeks, January, February. And then just heat. It's been really weird. So, well, yeah, we'll fucking see what's going on. I know, Bill, you just had a clutch, right? It was Diablo Jr.
Like every episode, Bill's got a new clutch.
No shit, huh? I feel like that's what it is.
I've got one more episode with a clutch coming, and then that'll be it. I promise.
But that would be your third one of the year, or your fourth one?
That'll be the third one of 2026, and then that will be, in all likelihood, until the very end of the year, or 2027. So
Right.
yes, I did have a big clutch, 18 eggs, one slug. The eggs all candle great, and looking forward to the pairing. It's Epidemic is the female, and she's the sister to the Sickness.
That's huge.
And the interesting thing about her is she has gotten incredibly blue the last few years. So she's had one clutch before. She's a red dominant female. She was paired to that Kofiau male that I had, and their first clutch was all red babies. So she's red dominant, bred to a different male this year. So looking forward to how those neos look.
How's she lay for you? It looks like she laid perfectly.
Yeah, she did great. I mean, she did just fantastic.
And the eggs look like Easter eggs. They look perfect, buddy. Look at that pairing. Nice.
Yeah, they were all they all candled real well, and yeah, just
What did you say the male was?
A collaboration with Alex Warren. What else, dude? Fucking goddamn Alex. Oh, it looks like Phil
designer outcross. The female that produced him is a Misol locality type, which is a yellow, she was a yellow neonate, and then the male that produced him was an animal that David Newman and Brian Suzanne produced.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's him right there.
I've
That's
got my snake from Brian, I think, is from similar pairing, or might even be a sib to that one. I don't know.
it might be. It might be. They had a couple of joint pairings, I think.
Okay.
Those two guys did, but yeah, he's a beautiful animal. Nothing crazy in his lineage. But
Old school blood, though, right?
what's that? Yeah, old school blood for
Old
sure.
school blood, though.
Yeah,
And this is how she is now. You said she became a lot more blue, right?
yeah, has become a lot more blue. Some of that may be, just her being gravid, but I've noticed that these animals, these blue and melanistic animals they can turn more blue as they get older. She's 6
Definitely.
years old.
And the male was a red baby or yellow?
They were both red.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Uh-huh.
he is not red dominant, obviously, because the female that produced him was a yellow.
Mm.
So, but she's red dominant. So what does that mean? I guess half the neos will be red dominant from that clutch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
But they're but all the babies will be red, obviously, right?
All the babies will be red for sure.
Yeah. Badass, man.
Yeah, that's a fun one.
Yeah.
And
Marshall.
and I've got the last one that's due to lay any day is the repeat pairing of Sickness 2.0 to Mountain Drew.
Oh my God. What's the wait list on that for, Bill? Is it pretty full, or can I get in on that, or what's going on?
No wait list until I see viable eggs.
Right.
No wait list yet.
Okay, text me first when you do see viable eggs, please. Okay.
You'll be the first one.
2.0 is one of my favorite snakes that you currently have right now. I would say, it's hard to really pick, but as far as what's breeding, 2.0 is my boy, dude. That thing is.
He's the most melanistic animal that I have here.
Yeah. And wouldn't you say he's the closest to resembling the sickness in your collection?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh. All right, Marshall, serve us up. What's updated with your breeding plans this year? I know you had some emeralds going at it. Anything looking promising there? And then what's up with the chondros?
The emerald's looking really big. She's still feeding though. And chondro wise, still no action. I haven't paired anything up since the last show. I've got a reminder coming up to do it here at the end of the month. So probably by the next show, I'll have given it another shot. And other than that, man, the last year's babies are all, full on color change.
They look amazing.
Nice ones lately. Albino's doing really well. It just shed last night. It's got the typical Floyd Midas, albino adult kind of golden yellow coloration going on. I think it's about done changing color, but yeah, pretty sure it's a female too. She shed last night and looked like, you can never be 100% sure, but I've kind of been leaning that way for a while. And she shed, I don't know what you call them, not plugs, but she shed the female
Butterfly.
Butterfly.
Yeah, dude, your stuff is pretty, like, it stands out, Marshall. Like I don't see babies like this or raise ups like this in the hobby. Like you have unique looking shit. You really do.
No doubt.
What's crazy is that, all the ones that I've been posting lately, they're all siblings, and they got completely different looks from each other. That's my favorite one, even though it's not. There's some that are bluer, some that are blacker, but to me, That's the one
incredible.
that I like the best. I like all the contrast on it and the how thick the black outline is around the pattern and the black specks, and who knows what that orange will turn into.
And that's
People
tiger
agree.
stripe. That's tiger stripe, right? Yeah, that's
This is a mix of everything that I work with. So it's tiger stripe, calico, and Versace.
So there's a chance this could be het albino.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. 50% hat, because Versace was the I think was Versace the dad. I can't remember.
Yeah.
Wow. But the mom is half Versace.
Okay. So wow. So there's a good chance maybe that this could be het albino.
Yeah.
Are you collecting sheds right now, Marshall? Because God knows you didn't listen to that fucking podcast. So I
haven't listened to it yet. But
yeah. Bill, yeah.
I do have all the envelopes that I need and t-shirt now. Thanks to Phenom. They've got a really cool t-shirt.
Yeah, they
got a
do.
chondro on it, which was kind of surprising, dude.
Yeah, they do have a cool t-shirt, and yeah, I got my package of 50 shed envelopes as well.
Same here. Thank you, Jeffrey.
I was actually texting or DMing with him today about trying to get a test for the albino gene. So we'll see.
That's awesome, dude. Well, listen, I'm excited to have Steven Saltzman back on the show. Talk about babies that stand out. Fucking God, this guy just does not miss, dude. And that has to make you feel good, Bill, because you've seen this guy come up in the game.
Yeah.
You're pretty close with him. You've helped him out a lot. But how's it feel to have Steven back on the show?
I look forward to torturing him for over an hour.
I feel like you can't torture this guy. I feel like he's been through so much. It's really hard to kind of get to this guy's like under his skin. You know what I mean? But I think if anyone can do it, it could be Bill.
I love seeing his success. I mean, he did it the way we've talked about it before, and we'll talk about it when he comes back on. But he did it the way that like we recommend people to do shit.
We always talk about it.
Yeah, listen, you can do it any way you want. This is after seeing, what we've seen for a long, long time. If I had to do it all over again, this is how I do it. And you know what? That's how Steven Saltzman did it.
Yep.
And it's now, 5 years later, 6, 7 years later, it is paying off for him big time. And I'm so happy to see it.
And it's kind of hard to explain to people coming in, like, listen, it's okay to be quiet for 5 years, 6 years, even though he wasn't because he was running the page and whatnot. But still, he had no production. He had no pairings going on, and then all of a sudden, it's like a light switch went off. And but he did it right, though. That's the thing. Like when he did start a pairing, all the years he was waiting, he fucking researched, he studied, and he just stuck to the plan.
Yeah.
So again, to quote what you just said, Bill, if I were to do this all over again, I would do the exact same way fucking Steven Saltzman did it. A lot easier said than done because people like to be vocal and people like to show people everything. But God damn it, man, patience is your best friend in the chondro game. It really is.
Yeah, that should be paid off for him for sure.
Yeah, that should be rule number 1 and rule number 2 and rule number 3.
Yeah.
It's just really, it's hard. It's really, really hard to do, but he did.
Yep. All right, we're going to get Steven on here in just a bit. Just want to remind you guys, Trap Talk 7 days a week, okay? Monday through Sunday, you get a brand new episode. You can listen to all these episodes on all major audio platforms, so make sure you go at it. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Play, wherever you listen to any of these episodes. Thank you so much for that support. Really means a lot. Shout out to tonight's sponsor, ZooMed, #1 brand in the reptile industry, just shy of under 50 years. Get your next reptile product at ZooMed. You can find all the latest ZooMed products in the description below. My favorite being the Slither Sense. I have about 6 or 7 of them in different enclosures, and they're all accurate, and they're all working great. So thank you so much, ZooMed, for everything you do. Also, tonight's episode is brought to you by Workshop Reptilium. Shout out to Josh and Jeffrey over there who are just killing it, really taking their enclosures to the next level, and not to mention the amazing species that they're working with. I would check them out immediately, guys. If you're not already, go follow them on Instagram. Go to their website, see everything that they have going on, and a lot new things coming with Trap Talk and Workshop Reptilium. I'll tell you that much. But again, thank you so much, Josh and Jeffrey over at Workshop Reptilium. And of course, shout out to tonight's sponsor, Focus Cube Habitats, #1 enclosures in the game. Steven and Ashley, Flex in Texas all day, every day. If you see everything all the enclosures behind me are 3x2x2 PVC design enclosures by Focus Cube Habitats. Go to focuscubehabitats.com. You can select from 30 plus different enclosures. So thank you so much again, Steven and Ashley from Focus Cube Habitats. And of course, one of my favorite chondro breeders in the game, Mark Hager over at Texas Chondros. If you want to see other amazing Texas chondro breeders, head over to TX Chondros on IG. He puts on a lot of awesome breeders on the map, including himself, red or yellow neonates. This guy's killing it. Do not sleep on this man projects. And I could definitely recommend going to his website, texaschondros.com, to see what he has available and what projects he has going for this year. So thank you so much, Mark Hager at Texas Chondros. Last but not least, shout out to David Brahms from the Reptile Perch. Your perch should come from the Reptile Perch, guys. If you have an arboreal snake, make sure you go to the reptileperch.com to see what best perch fits your arboreal. And also you can find different sizes, different for all ages of your arboreal snakes. Okay. So again, David Brahms, thank you so much for your support. I would also follow the Reptile Perch on IG so you can follow all his projects, because he's also an amazing chondro breeder. You don't want to sleep on this man's project. So thank you so much, David Brahms, over at the Reptile Perch. And what do you guys say, man? Should we bring Steven on or what?
Let's get it going.
Right.
Let's do it.
I'm excited, guys. Do what you got to do to get your mind right, and do what you got to do to stay hydrated. Episode 750 coming at you. The return of Steven Saltzman, Cosmic Chondros. Let's go. Cheers.
Good.
You ready for do more in the future? Trap Talk podcasts?
Yes.
Man,
Only Trap Talk. Exclusive.
Yes.
exclusive. Oh,
So stop calling us.
Rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with the crop, gotta love it or not. I'm hot from the hop to the rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with the rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with the rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with the rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with everybody, we do it. Everybody, we do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up, rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up, rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up, rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up.
and we're live. Welcome back, Steven Saltzman. What's up, buddy?
Steven,
What's going
what's
on?
up?
Where's the suit, brother?
I was gonna say, dude, where's the suit, bud?
Suit.
Uh,
Come on, man. Come on. Just between us, is that a clip-on tie you had on?
no, sir. No, sir.
Oh, let me look very close. No, dude, that's tied. That's actually tied up. That's a legit tie.
Is that a double Windsor?
That's a double Windsor, sir.
Beautiful. Freaking love it.
Yes,
You look-
too. That's a three-piece. That's a three-piece.
That's
is
a
it.
3-piece and a double Windsor. Yes, sir.
Damn.
Yep. Okay, last question. Did that come from Chondro money, that suit?
Yes, sir. That did come from Chondro money.
Dude, hey, Steven, you're killing it, buddy. We're going to get into it tonight, but holy shit, your babies they keep not disappointing. How's that feel? Like, first and foremost, everything we just said, how you came into the game, how you were silent with breeding, and then all of a sudden it turned on like a fucking wildfire. So how's it feel, dude?
I mean, it feels good. I mean, life is great. I mean, you can look at my IG page, and I feel like my life right now kind of reflects my IG page. It's just, life is good. Things at home have been good. Things with the chondros have been good. My son is great. I've been having success with breeding. I mean, I feel blessed in every direction right now. And
Beautiful.
all that, yeah, just grateful.
Love
And thankful for everything.
Always be grateful, man. Always be grateful. I've tried to say that so many times on these podcasts, man. When good fortune comes your way, be grateful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't always go this smoothly and this good in life, and I know that this is kind of a high point for us, so just kind of soaking it all in and enjoying it while it's going on. I had a phenomenal breeding year last year, as you guys have seen.
Yep.
Um,
Sure did.
and I've been so busy, I haven't been able to get away much, but I mean, you trade off. So
Yeah.
Yeah, but you just
Life
got
is
back.
good.
You got back from a little cruise, though, right? Like you
I
took
did.
a little-
I did. We got away for our like 1 yearly vacation finally. It was the first one since last May, so we've been grinding for a while. It was necessary. It wasn't great timing. We still had eggs in the incubator. We still have, you know, gravid females. It's never a good time when you're
Never.
constantly producing and constantly doing animal stuff, but you got to make it happen. I mean, life is short.
No, I couldn't agree more. Man, shit, me and my wife talked about it. Our last vacation was Jamaica in 2023. You know,
Yeah.
and I would like to blame the chondros, but it's the kids. We're blaming the kids on this one.
Kids will cramp your style like that.
Yeah, for real. But it's all good. I'm loving it, and you know we're getting there, dude. But you know, I'm sure, you know, you've been through that, obviously, Steven. You have 2 kids. Remind me how many kids you have?
Yeah, 2 kiddos. One that's old, an adult, moved out.
Right.
And the other one is in kindergarten, 6-year-old.
Yeah. Dang. Epic, man. So last year, for the record, remind us how many clutches you had. You had 4 or 5. I can't remember.
I had 4 clutches last year that resulted in 69 babies hatched.
Wow.
I established a total of 67 out of those 69.
Oh my God.
The 2 that I lost were not because I couldn't get them to eat. It was because of other issues. One developed a spinal kink, and one was a chronic prolapser.
How did it you say develop the spinal kink? How did it? Was it something that was always there that you didn't notice, or did it?
Maybe I didn't notice, but there came a point where it couldn't perch right anymore, and it was very obvious. So I wasn't going to keep that animal, you know, suffering long term. If you can't perch, if it can't perch, then, you know.
Roughly how many babies did you assist feed to get going out of those?
67.
How many assist feeders?
You know, honestly, last year I didn't have very many. Probably
5 or less. 5 or less.
Probably 5 or less out of all of those.
That's
Dude,
nice.
and then 1 prolapse out of 67 is fucking awesome.
Well, I did have a couple prolapse that I managed to.
Oh, they made it.
Yeah, I managed to get things back in order. I actually have one over here that's, you know,
it's doing it.
A year and 3 months old. We're almost a year away from its prolapse now, and it's still great.
Cool. Okay, well let's start off with what you did to assist the ones you got going with the prolapse. What was your method, or what was it that worked for you, Steven?
For the animals that had a prolapse, you mean getting them back to health and where they're at now? So the ones that prolapse, I stopped feeding them pinkies altogether. That became very difficult very quickly, but it's just the route I took. So they were getting mouse legs, they were getting quail heads, they were getting chicken gizzard, they were getting anything else, but they were no longer getting pinkies.
You think, Steven, do you think that mice pinks are a factor in prolapse and chondros?
You know, it seems to me that as soon as hair is introduced to the mix, the chances of prolapse goes down really dramatically. So
agreed, 100%.
I have to say it's just the hairless prey item, or having nothing that holds the mass of poop together, the way hair or feathers would.
I fucking I like that worked for you, Steven, but for me, I had 3 prolapses out of all the babies I had last year, but the prolapses didn't come till these things were on fuzzies. Like we're talking like meal number 13, 14, I think it was. And I was like, why? But I actually know, hold on. I knew why, because my humidity it dropped down really, really low. And I think they had to take a massive shit with low humidity when I was at home. And I think that's what was the case, to be honest.
I just have to ask, you said it was on meal 13, and you also said fuzzies in the same sentence. That doesn't compute to me.
Well, I'm sorry. So ASFs, I meant I fed ASFs last year. So everything for the most part already had hair. And when you step up from a day-old ASF to like, I guess a 2-3 week, it almost kind of looks like a fuzzy, right, Bill? Because they grow hair so quickly, ASFs. They don't.
Okay.
It's nothing like a-
Yeah, but certainly not the size of a fuzzy mouse.
not a fuzzy mouse,
Okay,
right? So
okay.
let me make sure the record's straight. Yeah. So
It's
this,
more like a large pink, but with some hair.
I guess you could say that, right, Bill?
Yeah, that's exactly the right way to describe
Full-
it.
Even a fuzzy mouse doesn't have very much hair on it compared to, like, say, a hopper, which got a nice full
So
coat.
I actually, I do
True.
a special order from, man, who is it? I want to say it's Rodent Pro. I don't like Rodent Pro, but I do one order every so often from them just to get their dark mice fuzzies, because they're about the size of a large pinky, but they have full hair.
Got it.
So it allows me to switch them from like large pinkies to something with hair a lot sooner.
Okay.
I like those, Cold Blooded Cafe calls them peach fuzzies. And they're the exact same thing. They look kind of like a large pink, but they have black hair on them.
Yeah.
A mouse, right, Bill?
Yeah, mouse.
Mouse, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I go to, from ASFs. I go ASF pinks. As soon as they can eat what's called a peach fuzzy mouse, then they get peach fuzzy mice, and then fuzzy mice hoppers all the way through.
So what was the number of mouse legs and the whole lineup that you did before they got to a fuzzy? If you could recall, Steven, like how long were you having to do that? Like how many offerings?
I want to say 2 or 3 months that I was doing that before they were big enough to take on fuzzies.
Wow, that's
And it was a battle. Every 5 days, I was dissecting something or pulling something apart or cutting something, buying something from the grocery store. I mean, but I think we've said this before on the show. It kind of becomes a point of like, do you want it or do you not?
Yeah.
So
That's true.
We kind of do what we got to do, And I realize what it is that's causing the loose stool constantly is not helping the situation. So if there's anything I can do to solidify it, I'm gonna take the extra steps.
And when did you start doing this? Did you just, like, as soon as you realized they weren't going to feed, you stopped the pinks and went to second,
we're
third,
talking about prolapsed animals, so they were already eating.
Oh, gotcha.
The few that I've dealt with were already pretty good eaters, so they were readily taking other items that I would hand them. And it just was a matter of putting in the effort of going to the grocery store and getting the chicken gizzard, or pre-thawing out mice to take away the legs and tails from, or whatever I was dissecting or pulling apart.
But earlier you said as soon as you realized they weren't going to take pinks, you stopped trying pinks and switched to all these other things.
No, sorry. I switched to other prey items when a baby prolapses. I no longer feed them pinkies.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
For animals that won't eat, I do assist feed tails, legs, and occasionally gizzard until they figure it out.
Yeah, but you only had less than 5 of those, right? Last year you didn't have.
It really was not that many last year. It was a really good year. I don't know if I can say that I'm getting better, or I had some really good clutches, but it was there were only a handful that gave me a lot of trouble.
Yeah, I don't know, guys. What do you think? Because Bill, you've been breeding obviously for a while, but I talked to Socrates and he's telling me that he's not really having issues with any babies not feeding, and he's telling me it's a captivity thing, like the fact that these are designers, they've been in captivity for so long, where you are more than likely are going to have babies that are going to want to eat versus not eat. What do you think of that, Bill?
I mean, I agree. I think, and we've seen it in other species, not just chondros. Ball pythons used to be difficult to get babies established. Blood pythons used to be difficult, to get them established. I do think that more generations in captivity, I think that helps us, on the establishment side of the curve.
Yeah,
I'll jump in on that one. So just from my limited experience, and you guys have, I think all of you have produced quite a bit more than me as far as chondro goes. But my experience, Shit, I lost my train of thought. Remind me where we're at. Sorry, I've already had a couple
captive,
things.
like babies being easier to get established because they're
Okay,
captive.
so I had a clutch from my girl Void over here last year, and all 7 of the babies that made it from that clutch were extremely, and I mean extremely difficult to start. It took me 4 or 5 months for pretty much all of them. The very next year, she had a clutch, and I changed a few things, and things went smoother as far as the egg box where she laid. The incubation was a little bit more stable, and all 15 of those babies ate first try, no problem. So I think there a lot can be said for all of the little factors too. What temperatures are we giving them in the box when they're laying or while they're gravid after they've had their ovulation? How stable are the temps in your incubator? A lot of that stuff plays into, I think, how easy the babies establish once they hatch.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Yeah, it's a good analogy.
Because I've also done like 2nd generation Maniquari, as well as 12th, 13th generation designer, and I've had good and bad experiences from both sides. But all in all, my Maniquari babies have been super easy to start. Like I had 40 Maniquari babies last year, and I think only 1 or 2 of them gave me problems out of 40
fucking Maniquari babies.
Yeah.
How many clutches was that? How many?
2.
So how many? 2. Wow, dude.
Yeah, a clutch of 22 and a clutch of 21, with very little lost, and they all started and established really well.
Yeah. For the record, can you tell us how many holdbacks you have from last year?
From last year, I have 18 holdbacks.
Oh, so you sold a lot then, dude. I mean, out of the 67, I mean, that's a lot. You got a good amount that you sold.
Well, hold on. No, actually, 23. Sorry, 23.
Yeah. Majority
yes, I have sold quite a few chondros this last year.
That's awesome. And so we're looking at one of your Maniquari clutches here. This was Gary to Event Horizon. Is that the name right? Did I say that right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yep. And so are you looking at anything, like, are there any differences in between your Maniquari clutches that you're noticing, Steven? Like, are you favoring any of them other than, or any of them kind of look different? What are you seeing?
Honestly, Maniquari, you guys may have seen, like, they're just super solid. They are like 90% of them are absolutely gorgeous adults. They've been easy. They don't have problems shedding. They don't have problems breeding. They don't have problems incubating or establishing. I mean, as far as my experience, Maniquari are just kind of an extremely solid, like, base. And the great thing with Maniquari is, like, they're like, especially with where we're taking things with the line breeding, like, they're becoming closer and closer to designer level without carrying the designer price tag. So you've got newer keepers that can jump into those a little bit sooner. I think that they're a really great starter, mid, and finisher animals.
So I would agree they're not to your designer prices, but they're definitely not locality prices, right? I mean, aren't you selling your design? I'm sorry, aren't you selling your pure Maniquaris for like $3,000 to $4,000? Isn't that the?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. See, which they deserve to be that price because they don't look like typical locality Maniquaris. They look like designer Maniquaris. They look amazing.
Yeah, I mean, you get Prada and you get some of the Vitali blood that he did back in 2016 and 18.
Yeah.
And that stuff is real knockouts. And then we continue to line breed them red to red. And my clutches have been red dominant. And that's only a few generations in.
Yeah.
So your Maniquaris, I know you have produced some yellow Maniquaris. Is that right?
Negative.
He had not one yellow from this guy, bro. Not one yellow.
No.
Oh, you have
produced a few yellows, but they were not Maniquari. They were not designer. They were mostly BIAC.
So how do you feel about BIACs? Are you pissed off about it? Or
Me?
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, what the yellows do to you, Steven? Because I saw the comments. Some people were coming after you a little bit, like giving you riffs. But how did you feel about hitting some yellows?
No, honestly, it was really cool. Like just to see them coming out of the egg, they are extremely beautiful babies. I love
Yeah.
opening those tubs and looking at them. They're really pretty babies. And honestly, it was a yellow that drew me in. It was a yellow Neil Manipuri that I sold online that drew me into the hobby in the first place. So even though we throw shade, the yellows, they have their place.
I agree. I totally agree. And you know, it's just fun to kind of just throw shade because it's throwing shade. But at the end of the day, like you're right. What did you do with these yellows? I'm assuming you sold them.
So one of those babies is one of the yellows is the one that developed the spinal kink, and I might get some hate for this, but they ended up on a salad for my tortoises.
No hate there.
No hate here.
Tortoises got to eat. Tortoises got to eat too.
Great. I figured I've got these omnivores here. I've got this super healthy meat that I hatched here. I know it's clean. I know it's healthy.
Organic.
Yeah, I mean, it's what am I gonna do with it? It's gonna go in the trash or it's gonna go on this salad. And it was kind of fun to watch them tear it apart. I'm not gonna lie. The other two are still here, and both have been sold and will be heading to their new homes in the next month or so.
Is one of those people Mark Hager? Just thought I ask.
No, but he is a yellow champion. Was it Chewy Greathouse?
Oh, okay. Yeah. I heard that name a few episodes ago.
Yeah,
Right.
he's a big yellow. He's kind of like Mark Hager. They want to kind of push those projects forward. So he's gotten a lot of like really interesting bloodlines, but in yellow neos. So it'll be interesting to see what he does with that stuff in the future.
Yeah. So as far as what you have going pairing this year, I'm sure there's no chances of any yellows, or do you have an opportunity to hit some yellows again this year?
So as far as I know, that was my only pair that could produce yellows, and the dad's going back to Patrick Holmes when he stops by in a few weeks. And the female, unfortunately, she retained eggs, and we had to manually remove them. And she lost her oviduct in the process of the removal. So we saved her life. She's doing well. She's in great condition now, but she is retired and will not be breeding again.
And what was
Did
the
you try to
female?
incubate those eggs?
I did not try to incubate those eggs. Patrick Holmes suggested it after they were already in the trash can overnight.
It's never too late.
The reason I ask is I don't think I've ever heard of anybody that's had to manually extract the eggs having any luck getting them to hatch.
Yeah, I have.
I haven't either.
Okay.
Same here. Yeah.
No, I didn't try. And that was actually one of two females last year that retained eggs, sad to say. The second one was my all-star beloved Void female that everyone is crazy about, that I just got her second clutch. She retained 4 eggs, and
She's okay.
I was a little bit better prepared this time, and fortunately we were able to get them out, and she did not lose her oviducts. So with a little bit of time to recover, she should hopefully be able to breed again.
Void's a real blue with a lot of black, right?
Yeah.
So she laid in December for you.
Let me see.
Oh yeah, is that the one that looks like my girl? Yeah,
There she is. Right here. Yeah.
Yeah, there she is.
Beautiful, man. Well, that's a good story, man. You were able to actually save. Okay, can we walk through what you did? So you got the eggs out manually, or did you let her push them out herself?
All right, so let's talk about that.
Yeah.
So I noticed that the eggs were retained. What I did was I soaked her for a long time.
What's a long time, Steven?
Hours. I soaked her for like 4 hours, and then I started to see if I could manually move the eggs down towards the cloaca little by little, massaging and working them down. I realized it was pretty adhered and was not going to come out easily. When I got the first one to the cloaca, I could see the oviduct was going to come with it.
Right.
So I stopped and put her back in the cage. Then the following day, I soaked her again, another 4 hours, worked on it again. I think we did probably 3 sessions like that of just working it, soaking, working them down, soaking, working them down. And then finally, I got my wife up here and got a second pair of hands involved. And we got a sterilized blade ready because I had already talked to my man, Patrick Holmes, and kind of had an idea in mind of what I was going to do.
Okay.
So we worked the first egg that was adhered to the oviduct down to the cloaca. And we ended up purposely prolapsing the cloaca with that first egg. And as soon as that first egg came out with the oviduct, I took that sterile blade that was nearby and made a small, very, very small incision into the oviduct, removed that first egg, and then the following 3 eggs, I kind of held the oviduct in place, and the following 3 eggs just kind of bloop, 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 right out of the same incision point, and then I let it go, and the oviduct retracted itself back inside of her body. And she did good. She's recovering. She's already pretty much back to her normal health, or weight, more or less.
So she's eating, shitting normal, everything. She's acting normal.
Yeah, acting normal. She's shit normal. She's already shed. She's doing great. I assume with another year off here, she should probably be good to go again. I mean, I'll just have to be.
Did you see
I'll be a
anything
little
in
more.
the oviduct that looked unusual? Was it twisted?
like a knot.
Or was
Yeah,
it
exactly.
like,
Yeah.
Like what
I
do
did
you
not
think
see
was holding the eggs
anything.
in?
So the egg the bottom egg was like stuck to the tissue.
Mm.
It was kind of adhered, and it was stopping the 3 that were behind it from coming down.
Oh man.
So once I was able to get that egg that was at the bottom out of the little incision, the other ones just kind of flew right out.
So that egg was the problem egg. That was backing everything up basically.
Yep.
Wow, dude. And again, so you were able to expose just enough of the oviduct for you to make that little slit, right?
So
you
it
didn't fully
came
push
out 1 egg with oviduct wrapped, but we didn't go any further than that. I noticed nothing was ripped, nothing was already torn, nothing was like tangled up, like you said. So the only thing that was going on was that egg was just really stuck to the skin. So being able to make that little incision and then pop them all right out of that, she had like maybe a 1/2-inch incision on her oviduct that needs to heal over the next year or 2.
How did you get that part out? Did you just like a tube of toothpaste, just kind of squeeze the
Yeah, just
egg
kind
out?
of little by little,
Work
you
it
know, massaging little by little. And we sat there for a long time. I don't know, 45 minutes, an hour and a half. Who knows when that kind of stuff is happening. But it was a long time. We didn't rush it. I think that's what the thing was with the first female that I experienced that with. We kind of, well, for one, I didn't notice that she had retained any eggs for almost 3 weeks. So it sat in there for a long time. And then second, we didn't take quite as long. We didn't do quite as many soaks. And when the eggs came out, it came out with the oviduct already ripped, like completely severed where it's not connected anymore. So I already knew her oviduct was gone. It's done. She may have another oviduct because they have 2.
Yeah.
That's intact, but I'm not even going to take a chance with her. She's retired. Since she's since she's a locality animal BIAC, I found a really nice little pet-only home for her with an older zookeeper gentleman that just wanted a pretty green tree python to look at. We've been talking for a while for him to get the setup ready, and the next few months I'll send her over, and she'll just be an adored pet.
So you think with Void, you salvaged that oviduct? You don't think that's damaged at all? Like you think it's going to be okay?
I think she'll be okay. There might be a little scarred tissue. I'll definitely be extra careful next time with like extra soaking, hydration.
Yeah, totally.
But I think that she that went smooth enough that I'm comfortable trying to breed her again.
I mean, that's golden advice, dude. I mean, I told you that what happened to me, not last January, but the January before, right? I had a girl who had 16 eggs that was egg bound. But with me, like I was told to just, get basically push the egg out that came out with the oviduct. And then I made the slice after the oviduct was already out. And I think that's where I fucked up. Because, from there, pushing everything out, blood started coming out with it. And then she ended up just dying in my hands. It was terrible. But it looks like you worked your way up to that point with the 3 soaks that you did. I think that had to help big time.
Soaks, working them down towards the cloaca little by little, and then, like you said, exposing as little as possible to make that incision.
Man, dude, good to know now, man, for sure. And the whole like not doing it so fast, like you literally worked your way up to it, which I think probably saved Void's life for sure.
Yeah. Not only is it saved her life, but she might even be able to breed again, which is amazing.
But you're gonna give her at least a good year off, you said?
Like, oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So
yeah,
right now my running thing has been, if I'm gonna do a back-to-back, it's gonna be early on when they're young and they recover quickly. Yeah. After that, probably just gonna be every other year. So after their first clutch, if they bounce back quickly, I'll try them the very next year. But going forward after that, they're going to just be every other year.
Yeah. I mean, again, like it's cool if they bounce back, but it's really up to them if they even want to go again. I mean, I even talked to Bill about like how many females does he have that go year after year? And it's not all of them, right, Bill? Some will go, but not all of them go year after year, right?
No, it's I would say it's a minority. I mean, they can go year after year. I've got 3 females this year that I've tried to get to go back to back. They look great, put on size, ate immediately, but they're just having nothing to do with the male.
Yeah.
So they're just not ready. And the male's ready. He's put the ground. Yeah. But they're just not ready, so they're not ready,
Yeah, I've got the same thing going on. I'm trying to repeat after a girl's first clutch last year, and it's a very different behavior this year. She wants nothing to do with them. She's running. She's pressing her cloaca out and urinating everywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, granted that's not the end all of end all. His opinion is a little more important than hers, but her behavior is obviously different this year than it was last year.
Yeah.
I have a feeling I'm about to miss her window, actually. And she'll have to wait again until next year. But
no biggie.
I have been getting a lock from Luna. You have one of those Luna offspring.
Yes.
Whenever I put Singularity in there, those 2 are just nuts. They're like an old married couple at this point. I throw them in here and they just go ham.
Like a good old Jaeger biscuit story, huh, Bill?
Yeah, exactly what it sounds like. They're just
it doesn't matter if I'm cleaning, water changing, anything. Like they just are pound town all day.
I love it.
They can't be bothered. So
God bless them.
Hoping they have a 3-peat this year.
Back to back.
No. I gave her a year off in 2025. So this will be her first time. This was their first time seeing each other in I think 18 months.
Okay.
So this is your 3rd or 4th year breeding, Steven?
Well, it's technically speaking, I have produced animals in 4 separate calendar years.
Okay.
However, my oldest holdback is only like 2.5 years old. Because like my first clutch was in December, and then this most recent clutch was in January.
Okay.
So,
real quick question I had, I don't want to forget, because I was talking about what I went through with my female being egg bound. I know before I even got to the egg and the oviduct, she was backed up. Like she had urates, she had shit, and that's what made me realize how important soaking is from now on. Did your female have anything backed up in her, or was she all emptied when you went?
There actually was some urate and poo in there that came out with everything.
And then you got to think like, wow, what do you think? Maybe that could have been some of the issue as well, like being back.
Like how long has that been sitting there? You haven't eaten in 95 days. What are we doing here?
I think you remember me saying this, Bill, on Marshall, but like the shit that I pushed out was black, hard-looking shit. It wasn't soft, normal poo that comes out. It looked like it was sitting in her for a long time.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, how did I miss this? Because again, you never really think to soak your female chondros to shit, with the emeralds you do, but not the chondros. But man, I learned my lesson after that, because I've never seen the poof look like that, like not like hardened. You know what I mean? Like it was legit dark hardened shit.
Yep. It's like if those eggs weren't there, she probably would have prolapsed.
Yeah, right. Yep. So both those females, and the Void and the other girl, they had shit in her?
No. One had shit. The other one had some urates, but no shit.
Okay. Interesting. So now moving forward, what's your soaking method with a gravid female?
I will definitely make sure they get at least 1 or 2 soaks
between ovulation and lay.
Between ovulation and laying, yeah.
Yeah.
The thing is like I really worried about, because water is such a huge thermal conductor that like I worried if I messed up the temperature of the water at all, that it was just gonna sap the temperature out of her and do like a rapid temperature change to the like developing embryos in you. You're gonna go from 85 to 82 in a matter of 30 seconds. This is a bad thing for the eggs.
It's not.
So I've been avoiding it, like making sure they have access to water, and I'll even like hold water bowls up to my females' faces if they'll just take a drink right there. Anything I can do to get them water, but I've worried about soaking them.
Well, let's talk about soaking them for a second.
Okay.
Well, I soak a gravid female. What I'll typically do is put her in like a 15-quart tub.
Okay.
Lukewarm water up to say half of her belly. And then I'll put that tub inside her cage, and I'll turn the radiant heat panel up. So because she's obviously not on the perch, she's on the ground, right in the tub. So I'll get that radiant heat panel up so that that whole area, we're not talking we're letting the water get cold or room temperature. So I'll soak them overnight in that tub, inside the cage, under the heat panel. And, get that water temperature at 80 degrees, and it stays 80 degrees for as long as I keep her in the soak.
Interesting. I never thought of that, Bill, keeping them in the enclosure with the heat panel.
Yeah.
What I was planning to do, Francis Gatton, me and him chat all the time.
Shout out to Frank. I love Frank. Good guy.
He told me that what he does is he has a like warmer that's meant for a fish tank.
Yeah.
And he'll put that into the water, get it to the exact temperature he wants before he puts the female in there, and then pull the heater.
There you go.
When he puts the female in there, and you just do a little soak with that. But at
you
least
can also just put the tub in a rack that's got heat in it, and mess around.
I mean, yes and no, but I mean, you put a tub of water in the rack, doesn't like. It doesn't exactly heat it to the 84 degrees that the perch would be.
No, you got to check it. You got to check it with your temp gun.
Yeah.
Right. So you're adjusting the heat of that rack.
Sure.
So you have just that animal in the rack?
No, I don't check the heat. I just throw them in there. I don't.
I need more racks because I don't have any rack space. I have too many fucking babies and yearlings. I don't have any racks to do this with.
Well, maybe when you get that fucking tortoise raise up fucking enclosure out of your room.
Is that what that thing is?
Yeah, show it off. Show it off, Stevie. He built that.
I was
Look at that monstrosity.
That's fucking cool, but it's huge.
What kind of tortoises are in there?
A monstrosity.
So I have 3 little grow out tortoises in there. Redfoot.
Those are cool.
Nice.
Those are the meat eaters, man. Those things are badass.
Yeah, they're fucking fun. They eat everything. They're like little vultures. They just pick everything clean. little monster eaters. I love it. And they eat a lot of the foods we eat. They're just everything. Doesn't matter, from proteins, fruits, greens, veggies. They eat it all. So they're super fun. But this monstrosity of a cage is definitely taking up a huge amount of floor space. Like this is just a regular, like, I think 10 by 11 room, so it's not very big. This massive thing is taking up my whole damn room and making it so that I have to like do the rest of my care like this around the room.
You must love those tortoises, man.
I really love the tortoises. They're freaking adorable. I don't know if you've ever watched one eat, but it's just like spiritual. It's amazing.
Yeah, I love it. How are you gonna get that thing downstairs though? Like, what's your game plan?
So, me being the wonderful contractor that I am, I made this to be able to come apart into pieces.
Okay,
So
cool.
it can come apart into like multiple sections, and those sections can fit through the door, no problem.
Genius.
Is that glass? Is it glass or is that open?
It's plexiglass. That's
Yeah.
plexiglass.
Yeah.
But I have a history in cabinetry for a long time when I was younger, so
Cool.
woodwork is kind of second nature to me. I didn't want all my like chondros sitting in wood, but woodwork is easy for me.
Awesome.
Right now I'm trying to build them a massive outdoor enclosure that's going to be pretty much 16 by 16 total, the indoor and outdoor part combined.
That's really neat.
But yeah, it's really cool. It's going to be kind of like a fancy little lighthouse thing. I just started construction on that like a week ago, so lots going on there.
And what's one of the biggest pluses by doing that, Steven?
I can get them the fuck out of my room, and then I can set up more adult enclosures over there and get more floor space back in the same token. It's
Which is necessary because of your holdbacks and shit that you're making this year. And like, you know, we were talking during sound check, like, yeah, it's all fun and games producing, right? But when you are raising them up and they get to that point where they don't need the 6 quart no more, you start scratching your head like, well, what am I going to do with these fucking 30 plus goddamn holdbacks?
So like, I don't have a massive facility like Bill. I've got 48 baby tubs down in my master closet right now. I filled that up last year, and then I'm like scrambling to make space as more things are in the incubator and hatching. I had to move little teeny babies that I would have never moved up here into Camro tubs just to make space for more babies, and like ship to breeder friends a little earlier than I would have normally to just make space for more babies. And my holdbacks, I mean, I've got space for like 30 holdbacks. They're all full, and I need more space. I've got more stuff that's going to have to come up here soon, and I've got to move them into adult racks or sell things or kick my wife out of the room across the hall so I can...
Yeah, because if people don't know, your wife has her own thing going on with her reptiles and her retics and stuff like that, right?
Yeah. So I'm not the only breeder. And actually, she had a lot more clutches than me this last year.
Oh, wow.
She hatched like 150 to 250 retics and colubrids last year.
Oh, yeah.
God,
So,
dude, what a
between
lady.
the two of us, we had easily 250 to 350 babies. And I mean, at any given time, you add that to our regular collection of 200 to 250, like adult / juveniles, our cats. I mean, that plus
The cats.
The cats. He pretty
because I mean, we got into Maine Coons, and we're gonna start breeding some Maine Coons here in this next year or two. So it's a lot. And then with the 6-year-old to and from school, yard work, cooking, cleaning, hundreds and hundreds of animals. Like, I'm beside myself busy. Like, I wouldn't have time for a job if I wanted one.
Yeah, thank God you don't have a real job.
Thank God I don't have a real job. I don't have time to sit down and pick my nose. I don't.
No.
It's gotten crazy.
How many people you know that could say, I don't have time for a job?
The four of us.
The fourth.
Like,
Well,
dude.
not Marshall. He has time, obviously. Fuck, dude.
I
Yeah,
remember
Marshall's
I
really-
remember working at my
Marshall's
job
really-
and I could like sit there and fuck off on my phone
Yeah.
and just sit around on Facebook and I knew what was going on and I knew who was doing what and who was pairing what. I don't
Yeah.
even have time to like think about what other people are doing. I'm probably the worst guest. I can't keep up with anyone in the community. I can hardly keep up with what I had for breakfast, let alone the drama that people have, like, you know, the recent drama of like throwing my name under the bus. Like, I haven't thought about you in years, bro. I have way too much going on and too much to do to be thinking about your drama or your life.
I have noticed that your responses or answering questions, noob questions on the Facebook group has gone way down in the last year.
It's just I'm
You got
too
time for
busy.
it. Yeah.
I'm so busy
Yeah.
that I don't even have time to sit down, honestly, like keeping up with making sure all the posts are approved and that memberships are approved and that basic stuff is achieved. That's about as far as I can manage right now.
Listen, Stephen, I told you when you took on that other role, managing that group with Stephen Brown, I go, dude, I don't know how long you can keep this up. I mean, you were just a warrior. Like every day you were answering like 20 questions, you know, people that were, hey, got the first green tree, it won't eat them. I've got it set up with goldfish in a waterfall. You were a freaking warrior for like years. I'm like, dude, you cannot keep this up, man.
There's no way you can keep it up. And honestly, a lot of the OGs back in those days were like, said the same thing. Like they put in their years.
Yeah.
They were the warriors 5-10 years ago. And now they're too busy to have time for that shit. They're worried about
busy, burned out, just
busy, burned out, tired of drama. And I mean, and that's kind of where I'm at. I've got enough of my own stuff going on. I can't fix everything for everyone. And honestly, the more drama I get involved with, the more it goes against my own goals now. Like I'm producing a lot of animals. I'm trying to make friends, connections, put animals in other people's hands. The more drama I get involved in, the more
less fun.
Yeah, the more you turn people off and you know.
And like you said right now, life is so good for you. Like, why would you want to fuck any of that up? Like, and that's what makes the most sense to me is like you're figuring out what is working for you and also working for your life at home with your kids and your wife. So what the fuck would you want to do anything else other than what you're doing now? You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm living the dream I've had since I was 12 years old. It took me a long time to get here and a lot of hard work and a lot of eating pop ramen and, you know, chili out of a can, but we got here and, you know, I feel very grateful. But yeah, I'm taking it all in, and this is kind of my time to like do me, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Life is happening. My son is growing. My wife is wonderful. Our house life is wonderful. My collection is gorgeous. I've got the chondros in my room that I always wanted to have in my room. I've got my own chondro room now. I always wanted my own chondro room. I've got my own chondro room now.
Well, let's emphasize you got chondros everybody wants.
You're shooting with the tortoises, though.
Hey, he loves them, Bill. Okay, he loves them.
We've got everything. We've got tortoises. We've got geckos. We've got cats. We've got a lot of stuff here.
Chicks.
The
Three
full
ticks, colubrids.
on exotic family.
Yeah.
Remind me how many eggs you have currently cooking right now in the incubator, Stephen.
My wife is hatching the last clutch of hers in the incubator right now.
Well, for you though, I'm talking your chondro.
For me, no chondro eggs in the incubator.
Okay, but you're breeding right now, or what's going on, or what's your?
I hatched a clutch, maybe 3 weeks ago.
That was the void clutch, right?
That was the void clutch. Those are doing well. They all ate first go around. They're like They're like 3 meals in each, doing really well. I'm fucking obsessed with those things. They're gorgeous.
Yeah,
Like,
where's that video? Here they are. Oh my god,
just
look at this.
holy smokes, dude.
Oh my god, what a dream, dude.
Those
And that-
babies are some of the best I've ever produced by far, and I'm so fucking excited to hold that whole clutch back and watch what they do. Like,
Yeah. Look at this shit.
what's crazy is the Void is not actually my best pedigree. She's Crook times BIAC, so she's like undocumented melanistic designer with BIAC. And then I paired her to my all-star male Singularity, so Blue Line Calico, some lineage from Marshall Mendez. It's got some of that MM blood in there. Good
That's
stuff.
epic.
Versace, Pus Het, albino, you name
These
it.
are all pot head albinos?
Yeah, all that good stuff.
Oh my
But,
god.
Even though they're not the best pedigree I've ever produced, they're probably the coolest neos I've ever produced.
Yeah.
I would agree with you. Big time.
And the yearlings that I have from that pairing from last year, the 7 yearlings I have from last year, they're turning out to be some of the coolest looking animals I've produced as well.
And
So
let's look at some of those real quick. So where we at? Oh, is this? Oh my god, look at this thing. This is one of them, right?
that's one of them. Yeah, that one's actually going super blue. I think it's actually going to be my first technical super blue. I thought one of the males from my first clutch was going to do it, but he got like green on the back third of his body. That one I think is finally going to be my first super blue.
Wow, dude. And let me see. Look at more of these babies here. So is this another one from Singularity? Oh, this is Luna. Right. So this is from last year as well, right here,
Yeah,
Steven.
I don't even have enough of the updated pictures on there, but yeah, there's some Luna babies getting some melanism.
What's the deal with this one right here?
I like that one right there. Yeah.
Jesus.
That's from John Irby. That's Calico male.
Yeah, that looks calico.
Oh my
Gonna
god.
say, yeah.
Another guy who
Different
does,
color head.
and what's crazy is like we all see how John's babies are, and that's kind of like the vibe I'm getting from this most recent clutch, bro. Like that's how ridiculous all these babies look.
Yeah.
And again, how many of these are on a wait list or sold? Any of them or no?
No, none. Can't
Nice.
have them.
Attaboy.
Dude, Marshall, yeah, Marshall's proud right now,
Marshall
bro.
Jr. What about the original clutch? Did you sell any of those, or you still have all? What she
So,
said? 7?
okay, so here's the thing. The original clutch was 17 eggs. I lost 10 of them. So I had this big, long, hefty wait list of good buddies that wanted them, and everything went downhill. I decided I was going to keep the 7 I got, see how the OCCs went. The OCCs are growing fucking phenomenal. So the second pairing went better. I got 15 of those. I'm keeping all 15 of those, and I'm going to see how the OCCs go.
So you're like, fuck your buddies.
I do have a trade or two that are
God.
in the works. I'm gonna give Patrick Holmes one of the males because he produced the mom, and I know he's had seller's remorse ever since he sold Void. So
Yeah,
I'm gonna make sure he gets a good one from her first clutch.
You're a good man.
And he's bringing me Brisket's sister. To trade for a boy from the Void Clutch. So when he comes in the next couple weeks, I'm gonna send one off with him. I do have a trade also lined up with what's his name, Vincent Klesse,
Yeah.
VC Reptiles.
Yeah, Vincent. Yeah, our boy Vinny.
Yeah, he did a pairing that was almost the exact same. So he has a sister of Void, which Kaleidoscope, really phenomenal female, that he paired to a male Nightcrawler that's on par with Singularity, the really like badass blue line.
He posted some updated pictures either on his
pedigree.
story or on his page the last couple of days, and they're looking good.
Yeah, dude.
So
Yeah.
I'm gonna trade one with him because that is about a even a trade as I can think of. The moms are the same genetics, and both dads are just stacked pedigrees.
So this is the one that had 17 babies, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and I'm sorry, Steven, I don't want to open up fucking wounds or anything, but Can you tell me what happened again with the 10 that crashed, or what was the story
So-
again with that?
Like in hindsight, there was two things that I could point out that just kept nagging at me.
Yeah.
First thing was that when I set up her lay box in her cage, I never adjusted her heat panel to make sure that the lay box was the exact temperature I wanted it. It was close, so I just left it.
Okay.
That was the first thing that kind of nagged at me afterwards, whether or not that was an issue. And the second thing was I was sharing the larger of our two incubators with my wife at the time, and a clutch of her reticulated pythons. Her reticulated pythons hatched probably midway through incubation, and she had to open and close the incubator a lot, pulling babies out and yada, yada, yada. You know how it goes as they're hatching.
Okay.
And I think that there was too many variations of temperature inside the incubator during that critical time.
Okay.
So the second time around, I dialed in her egg box exactly where I wanted it, 84 degrees, just like her perch. And I do 84 degrees, but when I temp gun the females, typically they're around 87. They make themselves a little warmer than whatever their surroundings are.
100%.
So I got it to exactly 84, and then the second time around, I used the smaller incubator, didn't share with anybody, and made sure I just left it the fuck alone, didn't open the door, didn't mess with the lid, and it stayed a little bit more stable throughout the incubation process. And I got a lot more good hatches, and they all ate right off the bat, so...
But Steven, how did because these look fine. They look like they're perched and they're good to go. But so how were they just rolling on you? Were they just dying? Like, what was happening?
So a bunch of them left their egg before finishing
the yolk,
soaking
like
up
before
the
observing
yolk.
it?
So
Okay.
they were super tiny.
Got it. Okay, so they're
And
just
like
super
just
small.
weird stuff started happening. They started dying left and right.
Got
I
it.
would see them like doing weird little like spirals and stuff, like spinning,
Nostalgic. Yeah.
and then fucking dying like in front of my eyes. And I watched it one by one by one by one. I thought they were all gonna die.
Wow. Damn.
But yeah, 7 of them made it, and even those 7 that made it, they were tough to start. But man, let me tell you, they are fucking monsters now.
I can only imagine, dude. Because here's, I remember this is one of them, right? Yeah, this is one of them. This is one of them that made it. Yeah. 2412 still in your collection.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Do you have any of them updated on your page? You said you don't, huh? Like pictures?
I don't have as many updated because like we're right in the midst of a lot of my holdbacks starting OCC. So
Oh, here's one. Jesus. Woof.
yeah, you're just starting to see a lot of the cool fun, Bill and Dave D stuff that they get to post, the melanism, the blues.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I'm having fun. I'm posting new stuff every other day.
Yeah.
It's a
Man.
lot of fun. Yeah, it's a lot of fun when they do that.
Yeah.
It's not
And,
fun. Go
fuck,
ahead.
man. I saw you posted something not long ago on MORPHMARKET, Bill, that that had quite the hefty price tag on it.
Yeah, it lasted 2 hours.
So
Holy
light.
shit, Bill.
It's the mayor. It's the mayor, dude. You really that surprised? Come on.
So that had me thinking that I've been fucking up my price brackets for a long time, and
Oh boy.
so everyone listening, you can thank the mayor for all of your prices having just gone up $2,000.
Yeah.
Keep the market strong, bro.
And guess who else is taking notes? This fucker right here, Marshall. Whenever he fucking puts one up for sale, not gonna be cheap. Tell you that much.
Listen,
Hey,
it's so fun to talk about the market. I could talk about the chondro market for hours.
Yeah.
I'm such a capitalist. Like, I don't give a fuck what the market does. Like, you want to sell a black snake for $1,800? Go ahead.
Good. Do
And
you?
I don't want to hear any complaints about people saying you're ruining the market by doing it.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I just think it's so interesting to watch what people will pay for these. And that's the whole thing. You know, these things are only worth what a given person is willing to pay on a given day for a given snake.
And let me just say real quick, guys, the people who are speaking about Bill or whoever fucking up the market are people who aren't even fucking producing snakes either, just so you know, okay? Just so you know, it's motherfuckers who aren't even in the game.
Sorry to tell you, but Ferrari's not worried about what Toyota charges.
Hey, Toyota's a good car, okay? Can I just say that real quick?
So I guess I blew the you shouldn't sell an unsexed animal for $3,000 or more right out of the water.
Right there, that there, you shot all kinds of holes in it.
All right, so
Yep.
like I'm on board with you though, because honestly, like
Me too.
with how this last year went, having females that retained eggs, females I have to retire, females I may never get to breed again that are like one of a kind, you know, that everybody and their brother across the planet fucking desires.
Once.
I've had people coming out of the woodworks offering me all kinds of stupid money
Yeah.
to be on the wait list for those void babies. And I'm over here thinking, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and take it, you know, because she may never be able to breed again. Her babies are finite. You know, she's,
I
maybe
agree.
she has 2 or 3 clutches in her whole life. And if you got one, good for fucking you.
Yeah.
But it's not going to be cheap, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, you're right. These females have a very limited lifespan and breeding capability. And if you can get 3 clutches out of a female, that's a fucking grand slam.
You're doing good.
That's a home run, bro. That's a
if you can get 3 clutches out of a female. So you're right. The number of pairings of super high-end males to super high-end females that produce super extreme neos. Dude, the market speaks for itself. There's just you don't even have to talk about it or build it up.
You don't.
That's what it is.
You don't. Exactly. The snakes do all the talking for that market, bro.
Yeah.
I'm Bill Stegling the fuck out of these ones, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, bro. The mayor method, man. Do what you do.
Oh,
Do
yeah.
what you want to do.
These are hardcore fucking mayor method. If you come for one of these, come prepared, bro.
Yeah.
I don't take checks.
Hey, MJ,
Yeah.
you're on that list, aren't you?
Yeah, but take your time, buddy. It's all good. I'm hoping to God I can make something that can at least like, hey, shave a little bit off and I'll give you this snake or something like that. I'm just not there yet. All right. Day by day. I will say though this too, like, let's not forget the investment you did buying these fucking snakes. Like it's not like
shit.
You spent a lot of money on this shit, Steven, you know, and then not only that, the time to raise them up. I mean, for you to go those handful of years, just raising them up, waiting your fucking time, dude, that's where the real value is at. I feel like.
Yep. 5 years of dumping money and eating shit and not going anywhere, not doing anything, not running after girls, not doing anything fun that anyone, you know, in their 30s or 20s actually wants to do.
Yeah.
I was throwing the money in my bank account and saving it up so I could buy Singularity, so I could buy Void.
Yep.
You know, and even I have to tell people, like, you have to like be adamant about the stuff you want too. Like I remember that clutch that Void came from, like they were all flashy and everybody wanted one, right? And like they had this what was it, a raffle going on where people could get tickets, you know, for different things. And I bought the ticket for Patrick Holmes that year, and I outbid everybody that year because I wanted to not have him be beholden to anybody but me for that clutch.
Wow.
I wanted to get the one I wanted from that clutch, and I didn't want it to have a chance of going to anyone else. So I sat there in that thing and outbid everybody. I want to say it was including Josh Hines or someone. It was one of the big names back in the day that was throwing out big money, and I got him to back out of the bid, and I ended up getting Void. And like, look at her.
Yeah.
So, you know,
priceless now, right?
Be pushy, stay in the DMs, make sure that people know that you're interested, and You know, it does. It takes a lot of work and a lot of effort and a lot of patience.
Oh, there's definitely pushy people out there, right, Bill? Like there's people who just kind of don't let it go. They'll bug you until they get that snake. Do you feel like you've dealt with that, Bill?
A little bit, I guess. I mean, most of the people that have messaged me that have been customers, it's the conversation usually goes, if you're getting ready to sell a holdback, let me know first.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of stuff.
But how many people say that to you, Bill, and then like you don't hear from them? Like, I mean, do you let somebody, like whoever is the most consistent, like, or I mean, how does that really work in your book? Like, I mean, do you keep a list of people who are asking you this stuff, or how are you working it?
Not really, to be honest. And, you know, I don't release a lot of holdbacks, to be honest. I mean, 90% of what I sell is sold as, you know, unchanged, unsexed babies. But I've got a handful of people that have been very consistent, and they don't try to like, oh, it's 6. Will you take 5? You know, I don't. You know, I got some people that I just know are very consistent. When I want to release a holdback, then it's just a done deal, and so it makes it easy for them, makes it easy for me. But it just doesn't happen a lot. Just a few times a year, really.
Yeah, Marshall, he had a snake on Morph Market, according to Threads.
Yeah, somebody PM me today and said, yeah.
I want to buy your animal on Threads. And you're like, I'm not even on Threads, dude.
Yeah, hey, dickhead, not me.
So,
Nice try. I feel like he knew that and was just trying. I feel like that was a conversation starter, to be
Maybe
honest.
so. What a great way to break the ice.
Pretty smart. I'm not gonna lie. The emoji was weird, but whatever.
Bill, you had, what was it? I want to say it was like 74 babies last year.
More than that.
I think 72 or 74.
Okay.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
With buddies or without buddies?
Without buddies.
Yeah, with buddies, it was closer to 90 or 80, right?
Yeah, we've been mid 80s.
Wow. And then MJ, I know when we were talking at Bill's little syndic, you had, what was it, 70?
Yeah, 70, and I ended up getting 63 out of the 70 established.
Okay.
And, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And that was that your total for last year?
That Chondros, yeah, and then I had 9 emeralds. So
okay.
Yeah.
And Marshall, I don't keep up with your stuff. The funny thing is though, like some of the tiger stripe and calico stuff you do, like it reminds me so much of Singularity's babies. But the thing, like, that he has lineage from you, so it makes a lot of sense that a lot of the babies that I produce from him resemble stuff that I see you posting.
And your female that you showed earlier with the blue and black female, I've got one that looks very similar. I mean, you've mentioned before that they look like they could be twins. You know, I'm not sure if it's the one that you showed earlier with the prolapsed oviduct or not, but I call mine Lawn Girl. She's like blue with black, maybe not quite as much black as yours, but so those a lot of those babies came from her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is last year's
baby.
baby.
Is that my Bill? Is that my baby or Marshall's?
It's Marshall's.
Honestly, like that could look exactly like one of the void babies that I just hatched.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, makes sense.
I love that look. I love the orange diamonds.
Like blood orange, bro. Look at that.
Yeah. Love it.
They literally look red. The diamonds look like, there's orange, but you could see a red bleeding into the orange, which is like a whole nother level of diamonds when you're looking for this stuff.
Yeah, I love that look.
Simply incredible. But that's an interesting point of view that you're noticing there, Steven. You're seeing some similarities, huh, with your babies and Marshall's.
Well, I mean, I've had 60 babies from Singularity now.
God damn,
half of Singularity's lineage comes from Marshall. So most of my holdbacks and like really dope shit is what, at least 25% Marshall's lineage. And Singularity's calico background has had a pretty strong influence on the blues and blacks that have come in.
And then cherry on top. Those are all pos head albinos.
Yeah, they're all pos head albinos. All fucking 60 of them. I don't know.
And again, like, how do you price that? Like, first and foremost, like when they're all pos head albinos, and then when we get to the point of shed testing and you're able to prove that they're head albinos, that's going to be fucking nuts, Steven.
Well, I'll tell you one thing: the people that come to me next year aren't going to be as happy as the people that came to me this year.
Listen, especially if the shed thing does work out and you're able to identify an animal as an albino based on shed, that will be insane.
And I'm sure you're going to participate in that, right, Steven?
I've already started collecting sheds. Singularities is up on top of that rack behind me, drying out as we speak.
I'll get our guys to send you some pre-labeled envelopes if you haven't gotten them already.
Okay, cool.
That way,
Yeah, no, that would be dope.
Yeah, that way you're just
And a t-shirt.
and a t-shirt, of course. I got you. Yeah, definitely. But yeah, man, that's just so fucking interesting, dude. You know, as far as like the looks that you're having with these babies from Singularity and Luna, but then the possibilities of them being het albino just creates a whole nother level of excitement. Because we always lean to Marshall. Marshall's the only guy that we know that has a fucking albino chondro, which is doing great, by the way, right, Marshall? Like that thing's just taking off to the races now, right?
Yeah, doing great so far. Just shed last night. I'll post some new pictures of it here in the next day or two. But yeah,
And
doing great.
Marshall, you think it's female?
Pretty 95% sure it's female. Yeah.
Is that good for you in your collection or not?
No, it would have been better if it was a male, but I'll take what I can get. Now the problem for me now is that Versace, since he's been such a prolific breeder, I've not really tried any other animals. So I have a ton of males, but they're all just pos het. So there could be some trial and error trying to figure out which one.
Yeah.
And then God forbid something. You know how females go. The female het that I've got, or the one female that I know that's 100% het, she dies the next clutch. Then you're just kind of like back to
square one.
Random pairing this and that together again to try to get.
Well, Marshall, that obviously that female's got 2 or 3 years before she'll be able to breed. So hopefully something can get done, and you'll know the right male when she's ready. To pair with her.
I think shed testing will be. Personally, I feel like shed testing will be where it's at by the time that female is ready to breed.
Well, I'll tell you this: I have more confidence in them being able to identify albino versus not albino than I do in sex. Yes.
Yeah, because you're kind of on the fence with that, right, Bill? Because you've seen it, you've been through it, and you saw what RGI went through, and
for a decade, they tried to do it. I so much hope these guys can do it with the sex.
I think
obviously, and I'm rooting for them because that would be such a game changer. I wouldn't have to keep so many fucking useless males sitting here.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Like what you're producing, what would be a useless male? That's kind of hard to determine.
So, that's funny actually, because most of the people that hit me up for a higher end animal are looking for a male because they want that. They want that cornerstone animal that's going to produce a bunch of clutches for them.
Yeah.
So it's funny, like the lower end you go, the more females are desirable. The higher end it goes up, the more it becomes males.
Yep. And Bill, you said that on the show, didn't you? You said that the higher end designer stuff, it's going to be super male heavy for people. They're going to want males.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And guess what? Price goes up, motherfuckers.
Boom. Yeah. The great thing about
Go ahead, Bill.
The great thing about a high-end designer clutch, like, the stuff that Steven's producing, is how do you even value the male higher than the female? I mean, they're both, they're both just so valuable. And
hey, my battery's about to die. I'm going to go plug in. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Right.
And it's just awesome to know what you have, at that point. If you have some really nice high-end designer males and they're males, well, then you want females to pair them with. Great. If you've got a bunch of, God, I think, a super high-end designer male to an incredible BIAC is just what a great combo to start your.
Yeah, you can't go wrong. Or to a monocory.
Yeah, or to a manicory or, that male, I'm telling you, that designer male is so important.
Hey, listen, Bill has a hard cutoff in about 1 minute. Bill, anything you want to close off with before we let you go? Anything you want to say to Steven? Because I know you.
No, just listen. So impressed with what you did. I'm glad and so happy to call you a friend of mine. And I'm just so happy for you, man. I'm so happy for you and for your family.
Yeah.
And so I'm glad you joined us tonight. And MJ and Marshall, always great talking with you guys. So, yep. So, yeah, we'll
Appreciate
rest
it.
a couple of weeks. And
Hey, heal up that shoulder. Rest up.
I am. It's getting better, brother.
Yeah,
All right, man.
All right. Enjoy your night, Bill. Give Kim my love. All right. We'll see you in a couple weeks.
Will do. You
All right.
guys take care.
Later, Bill. Peace out. How's it feel to be mentored by that guy, dude? It's pretty awesome,
Oh
right?
man, like I've had all the best mentors, not just Bill. Like all the people. It's funny because all the people that, like when I started in 2017, 18, and I was like reading all of the books. I was reading, you know, Greg Maxwell's stuff. I was reading the old MVF forum posts, and then I made it on the Facebook, and I was reading all those, and I was looking at the websites like Dave D has, and I was just like, oh my God, these people are just like legends and pillars of the community, and like all those people are my friends now.
Dude, and not only that, Steven, your productions are on their fucking level. That's what's crazy, dude. Like a lot of people, they get like me, like I finally got some breeding going. I'm years away from ever getting to where you're at. And I'm okay with that. I'm happy where I'm at. But for
diversified, I don't have a podcast, you know, and all the other cool shit you have going on. So
I appreciate that. But either way, man, like it's awesome to see that how much patience works out for someone like yourself. You know what I mean? Because you bought the right animals, you did the work and the production. And you just can't take the production away from your work, dude. It speaks volumes for everything that you're doing.
I think a lot of people see what I post and how many animals I post and how many clutches I've had, babies I've had, and they think this guy's got some massive fucking collection. I've got maybe like 10 to 12 breeding age adults right at the moment. I've got a shit ton of like juveniles, yearlings, and babies. But as far as breeding age adults, I really don't have that many. Getting the right ones and the right ratio and taking the right time. And like you guys have said, doing everything right from the get-go, getting the right lineages, taking your time, learning, knowing the problems before you encounter them and how to deal with them without having to stop, freak out, and message somebody of what to do. You know, all that stuff matters, and it took a lot of time, and here we are.
And I think with experience, like not that stress ever stops, it still happens, but you approach it differently now, right? Like for instance, the oviduct situation, the first experience was a lot worse than the second time around, you would think. I mean, I guess with the snake, what it was, the stress still fucking was hitting you hard, but you got through it a lot smoother than the first time around.
Yep. And the same goes with babies and with producing and with breeding and with hatching and
it's with everything. It's just the experience, the more reps you get in, the better you are.
Yep.
Yeah. So true, dude.
I think I'm on clutch. I've had 7 or 8 clutches now. Something like that. It's a lot different than the first clutch, like I go in with confidence. I go in trusting the program. If something doesn't eat right away, it doesn't freak me out.
Yeah, dude.
And also I know how to respond better. I've dealt with each specific problem. Like this one grabs and drops, so this is what we're going to do. This one tucks its head, so this is what we're going to do. So you figured out how to solve each of these problems, and you just trust the program.
So, okay, with that topic, right? When you're approaching a baby on its first meal, if it's a head tucker, if it's very shy, what's your approach?
If it's a head tucker, I'm actually going to leave it alone and probably start assist feeding it a lot sooner than others. Because that to me is a lot like a runner.
Yeah.
You're not making progress. You're stressing it out. You're stressing yourself out.
Yep.
Just stop, and either, depending on where it's at, you can either skip a few meals, give it more time to see if it's going to come around, or start immediately assist feeding that thing and getting it to its next shed and see if you can make some progress once it's matured a little bit.
And if you want to
I remember you saying that from the last show that you start assist feeding pretty soon after they refuse.
Yeah.
Like how long do you wait before you start assist feeding?
I'll be honest, at this point, I kind of read the baby, and if I know it's a baby I'm not going to make progress with after a few attempts, I'll just start right away.
Yeah.
There's just no point. You know what you know, and you know you're not making progress, and you're just stressing it out. You're causing it calories. You're causing problems. You're poking it more than necessary. It's not working. So experience tells me to just stop, start assist feeding it, get it to grow a little bit, get it to its next shed, and I usually push them really hard after a fresh shed. It seems like after they slough that skin, they're just really tender and they're really easily agitated. And that's like the best chance you have of getting a difficult baby to react.
Yeah, I would agree.
For sure.
It's like what you said too, right, Steven? Leading up to your first clutch, you've got so many things going on in your head. Like you almost mind fuck yourself before actually knowing what to do. And with me last year, like, of course, I was dreading having to assist feed. But when Bill told me, dude, if you have a runner or a fucking head tucker, there's no waiting. Get something in that thing immediately. And with Bill, you know, and by the way, Bill took off, Marshall. He wanted me to tell you bye. But with Bill, he told me he doesn't even fucking offer or try to get it to eat for the next 4 or 5 meals. He'll literally assist 4 or 5 in a row. And then usually you see a change in that snake. And that's exactly what happened with my Calcoline to Biac babies that were giving me a run for my money. These fucking shy things, all of a sudden, I think on that 3rd, 4th assist, when I would open up that tub, they're looking at me like, what the fuck? Like, give me something. And I'm like, whoa, okay, here we go. And it happens just like that.
And the thing is like if you've done it enough, you'll notice a baby that you assist feed without constantly tease feeding will grow better than a baby that you are constantly tease feeding.
Stressing out. Yeah.
Even if you're assist feeding it, it will not grow the same as a relaxed baby. And if once you get good at assist feeding, you can practically do it without even getting them off of the perch. It's just this quick little grab, boom. Like sometimes they'll come off the perch, sometimes they won't. You just pop them back in, but it's this quick, done. Yeah. They're with it, they'll swallow it. We've moved on with our life, and they can go back to sleep and resting for the next 5 days or whatever.
Yeah, I pray my next time around. I pray my next time around assist feeding goes like that, but for whatever reason, mine were spazzes, dude. Like they weren't letting me touch them while they were perched. They would fucking just jump off and go for the hills. But grab them by the fucking neck.
I've had those too. I'm what, like 100 and something babies in now. I've pretty much dealt with every reaction you can get.
Right.
You know, and like I think my worst out of all of it, like if they start off bad, fucking cool, man. We get each other.
Right.
I have a program for you. We'll figure it out. The ones fuck me up the worst are the ones that like take a meal, 2 meals, 5 meals.
Yeah.
And then decide they're
regress.
done.
And then regress. Like then they decide that I'm the enemy and they're scared all of a sudden, or start being a runner, or like it's just those become the biggest fucking nightmare.
Yeah. I see. The thing is, I've never dealt with like, okay, I've had one that's taken a meal the first time, then the second time they act like they never eaten. And I'm like, whatever, you know, I'll treat it like if I need to assist feed it. I won't waste time. If they're going to give me that sign, okay, they're not going to eat again, that's fine. My fucking nightmare is when they're 10 plus meals in and then they fucking prolapse. But again, that's only happened when I fucked up my humidity. That's that's what I could point it to. Other than that, I've never had an issue with the other.
You know,
ones, so.
Since I've had the prolapses last year, I have started spraying a little bit more in each baby tub every day.
Yeah.
And I haven't had one since. So I mean,
no, yeah, I agree. And guess what? I wasn't home for almost 2 days, and that's when it happened. Because I'm very fucking pro spray your babies. I don't understand anyone who could have established chondro babies without spraying. I don't see how that's even possible, to be honest. But for me, like, it was never an issue as long as I was spraying them.
Yep.
So, and I spray the babies every day. And then once they get to that established point, I don't need to spray them as much. But
Yeah.
I'm still keen on spraying them because I see them drink off their bodies, and I don't know. Like there was a guy not too long ago who posted a story of his babies, and it looked a little dehydrated. So I just looked. I hit him up like, "Hey, are you spraying your animals?" And he's like, "No, I don't want my babies to get RI." And I'm like, "Buddy, your snake's not going to get RI. Spray that fucking thing." And literally the next day, he sends me a picture of it. All the wrinkles are gone.
Nice.
Yeah. You can really see it in their skin when you don't spray them.
Yeah.
And dehydration is the number one key to losing that neo. Like, it's not really them not eating, it's them not drinking.
For babies, I spray every single day. Every single day, and I clean them often because their tubs get scuzzy, but
they're dirty. Yeah, they get
I
nasty.
spray them every single day. Once they move into camera tubs and they're up here,
They're good.
probably every 2 to 3 days, I soak the tub, but I don't do it with spray anymore. At that point, I start using these.
What's that? Oh, that's cool.
it's a-
Well, squirt bottle.
It's a
squirt bottle?
squeeze bottle, yeah. So that's kind of my upstairs humidity bump. So
Squeeze
I
bottle.
just spray, like, squeeze it all over the tub, the sides of the tub, everything. That's my go-to for humidity bumps upstairs. I kind of stopped spraying them directly.
Interesting. Huh.
But upstairs every 2 to 3 days for juveniles, and then for adults, pretty much just whenever they do a water change, once every 4 to 7 days.
Now you have everything in your house. So what's the humidity in your room? Do you even check that, or you don't really care for it?
We are in Houston, so our humidity is high. I mean, even with AC going, we're at like 50-60%
Oh, you lucky
ambient
bastard.
humidity.
Oh my God.
So,
I gotta work extra hard to keep my humidity above 60 in San
fuck
Diego.
yeah, you do. You're in arid California. I mean, but I mean, the trade-off is that when you walk into the shade, it feels cool.
Yeah.
When I walk into the shade, I'm still sweating down my ass crack. Okay, so it's not the same kind of heat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's true.
But no, definitely when you're in Cali, you probably have to work on your humidity a lot more than I do.
Yeah.
Maybe even having humidifiers in the room would be.
I got 3 of them, buddy. I got 3 of them. I got 3 air cares. And, you know, I don't care about the maintenance on the air cares because I'm used to it, because my room is now 70% humidity all the time, like all the time. So, and again, that's just what you have to do sometimes. And I feel like humidity means that much to these animals. Chondros are so happy when it's high humidity. So are emeralds. You know what I mean?
Do you do room heat in your room?
No, I'm ambient. So I'm for the most part. Well, right now my mini splits work an extra time because how hot it is here.
Yeah.
But for the most part, my room's ambient. So I let my room get up to like 80, 81. And then it drops down to like 73, 72 at night. And that's like my range. That's like what I like to keep it at.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So
Right
you guys
now,
are
my
making-
room is 62%.
That's not bad. That's
That's
perfect.
not bad. That's
Yeah.
good. You're in
Yeah,
Alabama,
and the-
though, so you're southern state.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the summertime, it'll be 70, 73, you know.
Yeah.
That's with doing nothing.
With doing nothing, yeah. We have humidity with doing nothing.
Yeah. It's fucking epic, dude. But yeah, you know, that's
also,
why it's
I also think that the southern, like, Gulf states are really, like, assisted with breeding because we get the really strong hurricane seasons.
Fronts. Yeah.
Yeah, we get a lot of low pressure systems and storm fronts. And man, does that make pythons breed.
yeah. Because they feel it. They feel it in the air.
Yeah. You guys have got to work a lot harder in northern and western states than we do have down here.
There's less room for forgiveness here. Like, you have to be on top of your shit. You know what I mean? You got people who have it made in Florida. You know what I mean? And people like you said in the Southern Gulf, like, it's not much of an issue there because you don't get fucking drier than tits. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So, but again, like, you got to find out what works for you. That's why also too, when people are hitting up others for advice and you're talking someone to Florida when you live in Cali, they're going to do things a lot different than what we do here in SoCal, like a lot different. You know what I mean? And I learned that the hard way. Like I said, I noticed with my chondro babies, like if I didn't spray them, you could totally tell something was up with them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's why I don't play that shit. Like spraying is fucking automatic for me, no matter what. And my babies fucking look amazing. All of them look great. You know what I mean?
63 babies last year, man.
Yeah, we'll see.
So
Yeah.
I was asking Marshall where, because I don't follow anyone very well. How was your 25 season?
It was okay. I got some nice babies. I had 2 nice clutches, and I think I ended up with out of 2 clutches, I want to say 30 something babies, but terrible survival rate.
Oh, no.
I think I have about a dozen of the 30. A lot of them died quickly. A lot of them were poor feeders. Yeah, so not great numbers.
Wow.
We're gonna work on that, huh, Marshall?
Yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens next year. We'll see
Crazy.
what happens later this
He
year.
listens to the show, and all the things that everybody does, and then he goes back to doing the same thing he's been doing since 1970.
Steven, let me pause you right there. He doesn't listen to the show, okay? He sits here for an episode, then he goes back to his life, and that's it, okay? There's probably times he's not even listening to the fucking guest, okay? From what I could tell. But
Hold on.
he still shows up. That's what matters, okay? We still get him here, and that's all I
so
can
here,
ask for.
but here's the deal. I've been doing this a long time, and
So
I've had years where I've had 50 babies, and I did it the same way. I don't think that what I'm doing. I've got the same racks. I've got the same. I don't think it's anything that I'm doing differently. I think it is somewhat luck of the draw.
I think
you
if I was,
have
I think if I was your roommate, you would
population.
What's that?
Say that again.
Would you say that you might be being affected by an aging population of breeders?
I don't think so, because other than Versace, he's the only one. He's the only super old animal.
No, I mean, I was going to actually say people may not realize, because you don't look like you're fucking 70 or anything, but you've been doing chondros for a long time. How long have you been doing chondros?
98, right? 1998?
Yeah, 98.
So we're talking almost 30 years of doing chondros.
He's stuck in his ways, bro. He's Marshall Mendez. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Dude, I'm telling you right now. He's been listening to the same music forever.
Hey, Marshall. How many helix proportional thermostats?
I got with the screw. I've got quite a few. Yeah.
Good luck getting this guy to use a herb.
They still work. They still work.
That's fucking amazing, dude. That's amazing. I love it.
Only person in the chat that can relate to your 98 question is, of course, Ryan Young. He's like, 98 was the year.
That's my boy.
Shout out to Ryan, man. Was that crazy, Steven, to think because I'm on my 8th year just keeping reptiles at this level, right? You're on how many years? When did you buy your first chondro, Steven? How long ago was it?
Early 2018.
Okay, so 2018, dude.
8 years now.
And it's crazy. That's why there's a lot of reasons why I love Marshall, but man, his tenured in this hobby is fucking amazing, dude.
It's amazing.
Yeah,
and
keeping for me, this is 40 something.
You're what?
Keeping is 40 years.
As far as keeping for me is 48 years. 40. I'm 53, so started when I was 6 or 7.
Oh goodness,
Steven, have you heard? The name Eugene Bissett? I'm sure you've heard the name Eugene Bissett, right?
Oh yeah,
one of the pioneers.
Yeah.
Marshall went to go visit Eugene when you were 14 years old, or how old were you when you went to go visit him in Florida?
No, I was already out of college.
Oh, okay, my bad.
It was 98. It was 98.
Okay, which is crazy to think. How he's been around that long, the Trooper era. Marshall's seen some of the fucking beginning days in this shit, which is nuts.
Oh man, speaking of Trooper, he liked one of my void babies the other day.
Wow.
And I almost cried. I was just like, Trooper Walsh, he follows me and he likes my snakes.
I sent him a long Facebook message to try to get him on the show, and he just gave it a thumbs up. I'll take it, dude. It's better than being left on red or telling me to go fuck myself. He gave me the one of the, all right, see you later. No, man, but
That's
and again,
awesome, man.
but again, you know, Marshall, you've seen some shit, haven't you? Like, I mean, first and foremost, did you ever think you'd get to this point where it's at?
You know, man, it's been such a long road for me since I was a kid. I can't imagine not doing it. So I would say, yeah. I mean, I see myself doing this until I'm dead. So yeah. I mean, the fact that I'm still doing it's not really a surprise to me. Just because, like I said, I can't imagine not doing it.
But there weren't $12,000 baby Neos back in '98, was there? Or was it with whatever? No, there weren't. I mean, there was definitely a range, and people were. I mean, you know, there were several $1,000 babies, but nothing like it is today. Hey, we can't
even like 10 years ago, it wasn't like it is today. You know,
we can't discredit Mark Hager. In '98, he had his first chondro, so he joined the club in 1998.
I gotta be right back.
You're good. So shout out to Mark Hager on being part of the 1998 club. I think 1998 I won my very first motocross race, so that was a good fucking year for me. But I only had a ball python then, so can't join the club here. But yeah, man, I don't know, Marshall. You again, a lot of your babies that you have produced last year, they're fucking crazy looking, dude. And I'm sure especially looking at the albino, you have to feel good, dude.
Oh, of course. Yeah. You know, hopefully it lives, and hopefully, you know, it'll go on to reproduce. That's the ultimate goal, right?
I'm so sorry. Patrick, not Mark Hager. Patrick Holmes, 19, which I should have known this by now. Fucking Patrick. My bad, Pat. Shout out to
Is that not Mark? I thought that was Mark too.
I could have sworn it was Mark, dude. On my bad. But actually, Mark has it.
Oh, no, it's Texas Chondros. Yeah, Texas Chondros.
Yeah. And of course, fucking Patrick has 4 different names. So whatever, dude. Can't keep up. But real quick, all right, we're gonna get to the wrap-up topic of the episode. Steven, you know, I'm gonna go first. You know, it's hard to kind of see what you would do different if you were to start over. But if you were to start over again, would you change anything? Or are you pretty fucking locked in on how you did all this from the get-go?
I think I kind of did it like, I don't know, textbook of how I would explain to someone else to do it. I listened, I learned, I did what the experts told me to do, and it turned out really well for me. And I think you should do the same.
Yeah, 100%. What about you? What about you, Marshall? If you were to start over again, what would you do different?
Ooh, I don't know, man. It's a good question. I don't know. I don't know if I would do anything different. You know, much like Steven, I didn't like leverage my financial future to get here. It's all just been, you know, it's been a hobby. Never put myself in a spot where I absolutely needed the money.
You don't sell your holdbacks.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I'm my best customer, you know, bought babies and raised them up and was patient. And, you know, with me though, it's all sweat equity, and it's hard to buy your way in to get to the, you know, to have the bloodlines and the snakes that I've got. Like if you don't have time, it's a lot of money. And when you do it with money, you don't have the experience. You know, you don't get that experience along the way. Yeah. So it's just kind of a recipe for disaster, really. You know, like we talked about.
Doing it with money just causes so much more stress. Wouldn't you say?
Yeah, it's with more stress. And then also, you know, well, I mean, it just depends. It's all relative, right? For some people, dropping 10 grand on a snake is nothing. You know, it's like, it's all relative. But you don't get the experience along the way, you know, which is the most valuable part.
And you can't pay for experience. You gotta
exactly.
Time.
The second I read in Greg Maxwell's book about like getting babies, raising them from babies, and the best results came from raising your own animals from little ones, like that was the path I wanted to take. And and like you can see the results, 8 clutches in 2.5 years from a group of like 10 adults.
Yeah.
That's nuts. Every single one of those adults bred for me. Like
Yeah.
as of last year, every sex breeding age adult I had bred for me.
But your nicest stuff bred for you. The nicest of the nicest shit that you have went for you.
All of it.
It's all
Yeah,
nice.
all of it.
It's all nice.
All of them. Every breeding age adult that I own as of last year had successfully produced for me at least once.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think that my success for anyone that's like getting into it and new and starting to build their collection, I think it's something for them to look at as a blueprint, because
Yeah.
that's exactly what I would suggest to someone else to do.
Yeah.
Take your time, be picky, get the right stuff, make friends, learn, be humble, make posts, answer questions, ask questions. Don't be an a-hole when you're not right about something.
Own it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And don't be in a rush, right, Steven? Like that's
no rush. No rush.
Stop worrying about the timeline. Stop worrying, is my male gonna breed? Motherfucker, it's still Neo. Don't worry about it.
You know how many people I've seen get like breeding age adults that they tried to then breed breeding age adults and are no longer around? I've never
like 95% of them.
95% of the people that came in hot and heavy. I'm gonna be producing $500 chondros for entry level in the next year, and then you never see them again.
Yeah, sure.
I've seen about 20 of those people since 1998, and there's none of them are still around.
Yep.
And I could see some that aren't out yet, but god damn it, it's gonna happen any day now. I feel like, the way they're moving. So
yeah.
All right, Marshall, send us home, buddy. What's your wrap-up question or topic for Steven?
I'll take Bill's usual question. What's something that you don't have that you want to add to your colony?
Honestly, at this point, it's kind of just. I don't know that there's a whole lot of like upward room. It's more just kind of like getting more diversified genetics that are also high end. I have something on the way here in the next week or so that's a really nice one of Galaxy's babies from Thomas Budway. I'm super excited about that. He doesn't even know if he wants to trade me or not, but like that's the kind of stuff that I see myself doing more of going forward, is like, oh, and also like there's very few people that are doing non pedigree heavy pairings that actually produced cool shit. But I again gotta give a shout out to my man Patrick Holmes over there. He takes like dime store chondros and makes the most wicked shit.
That's Patrick. That's his bread and butter, dude. That like Pat's known for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. He creates magic over there.
So right. So I mean, honestly, like some of his wonky mutt stuff is probably the only like super pedigree stuff that I intend to add going forward. You might see more Maniquari here and there coming and going. More blue.
Any interest in basins or any other species?
No.
No.
He has his redfoots, bro. He's good.
Yeah.
Just redfoots.
No, I mean we have other pets, but for me, like, I don't know. I love the species and I love breeding them, and at least for now, like that's good. My wife breeds all kinds of other shit, so we have plenty of other babies and variety around. But for me, for my focus to stay on them, I think will help my success long term. From what I've seen, and this is just an observation, but people that like diversify too heavily lose focus and lose sight, and they lose connection to their collection. And they stop producing the same quantity or quality because they're not doing the same stuff they used to do when they were on top of it.
Unless you're Pat or Ryan Young, I'll tell you that.
Or Ryan Young, yeah. I was gonna say.
Yeah. Okay.
again,
Yeah.
like,
Sure.
Different.
Yeah, if you're one of those guys, go for it. But I mean, I have other life
to them.
I
Yeah.
have a relationship to maintain and kids to raise and a house to take care of. So, you know, trying to stay focused on this species, I think will keep me better in tune with them.
You found your niche, bro. Like, you got what you want. You're good. Yeah.
Right. I think that's another thing to it too, is like we were talking about earlier. I'm blessed. I'm happy. Life is so good right now. Why would I want to like add things that'll make it crumble? That's like getting bioactive with a brand new baby chondro. Like you're just trying to fuck yourself up right now. Stop it.
Why would you want to add 3 red bulbs in your enclosure?
Right.
Holy shit. Well, Steven, this was a great episode. Obviously won't be the only time we have you on. We're gonna have you back on, bro, because yeah, dude, you're fucking taking names in this game, bro, and it's good. It's great to see it, man. And you know, with our history where we're at now, man, nice. I'm very happy to call you a friend and just really happy to talk about your success on tonight's show.
Appreciate it, man. It's always good to talk with you guys. It's this is probably some of my best socialization because I mostly am just a hermit cleaning snake shit all day. So it's really nice to like connect with other chondro heads and just talk snakes for a while, cut loose.
Well, we're still got a lot more 2026 to go, so we'll probably see you on the show before the end of the year. All right, so we'll plan something cool. Guys, do me a favor, go give him a follow on Instagram and hit him up on Instagram so you could fucking learn how to use it better. Cosmic Chondros, all right. But you're also pretty active on Facebook as well, right, Steven?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Find the links in the description below. Enjoy the rest of your night with your family, but give it up. It's a wrap for Steven Saltzman, ladies and gentlemen.
Thanks, Steven.
All right, man. It was good talking to you guys.
We'll chat, man. Have a good night. Thanks, Steven.
All right, later.
Peace. Great show, man. What do you think?
Yeah, man. That was awesome. I told you before he even came on, I was psyched for tonight.
Yeah,
He's
man.
been killing it.
Yeah, you know, quality is one thing, but like, you know, his whole sense of not wanting to sell shit because he knows what he has. That's the Marshall method.
Yeah.
Marshall Mendez method right there.
Yeah.
Hey, dude, go ahead.
I was gonna say, and he has been selling stuff. I mean, he sold whatever 50 babies last year, or however that math works out.
Okay, I have more than half still held back, and you haven't told me you're proud of me.
Good job, buddy.
Thank you.
Way to go.
You want a fucking cookie? Jesus Christ.
Attaboy.
Oh man, Marshall, it's a pleasure. Hey, Marshall, let people know. Do you have your Trap Fest stuff booked and ready to go, or what?
I do. Yeah, I'll be there. I was going to say we hadn't talked about it yet, but it's coming up. We got what less than 2 months.
Less than 2 months. Marshall Mendez.
I'm psyched. I'm kind of psyched that we don't have the show this time. That kind of like you know for kind of puts everybody in a rush on Saturday. So
no, we're gonna have fun, buddy. The agenda is stacked that whole week. We're gonna have a good time. I'm
pumped.
So, can't wait.
I'm pumped.
And also too, Marshall, I'm getting really hounded about us not doing a weekly On the Tree Tuesday. We might need to convert back to weekly. All right, just so you know.
That's fine.
I will plan it.
Fine.
I'll make sure I plan. I think what we can do is we'll do guests one week, no guests the other week. Guests one week, no guests. As long as I got all the topics and ready to rock, I think that's doable. Okay, but let's give the people what they want. All right, they want a weekly On the Tree Tuesday. All right.
Totally.
All right, guys. Red Mountain Herbs on Instagram. Go give them a follow and give it up. It's a wrap for Marshall Mendez, ladies and gentlemen.
See you guys. Thanks.
See you next week. Peace. All right, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed that episode. Again, man, Steven Saltzman, say what you want, but the guy is doing it right. Go follow him on Instagram if you're not already. If you want to be inspired, simply just type in Cosmic Chondros on IG. Check out his work. And I love having him on. Appreciate the love and support too, guys. Again, just to remind you, if you want information on Trap Fest this year, come join the Trap Talk Patreon family. Click the very first link in the description below. And then you get all info as far as dates, time, and all that good stuff. Okay, where it's going to be at. It's going to be one for the fucking books, man. So shout out to all my love and support out there. You guys are amazing in the chats. Appreciate everyone who tapped in. Check out all my sponsors in the description below as well. Find all the links. And I'll catch you here Thursday for that round 2 with Dr. Tillis. Have a good night, and I'm out. Sorry for the interruption, folks, but a quick word from our sponsors. Shout out to tonight's sponsor brought to you by ZooMed.
ZooMed is proud to be supporting the Trap Talk Reptile Network. At ZooMed, reptiles are our passion. For over 48 years, we've been creating premium foods, supplies, and habitats for reptiles and other exotic animals. We're a company made up of hobbyists that test our products on the hundreds of animals that we care for here every single day. Whether you're an established breeder or a first-time hobbyist picking up your first ball python, ZooMed has you covered with everything you need to keep your animals happy and healthy.
I'm excited to talk about this new product with ZooMed called the Slither Sense. It is a remote temperature and humidifying monitoring system, which we all know how important temperature and humidity is to your reptile. And for you to have remote access to your temperature and your humidity in your reptile room could really, really be a game changer for the longevity of you keeping reptiles. So guys, make sure you check out that product. Find the link in the description below. Click on it right now. Give me your feedback in the comments below. Let me know how you're liking a brand new ZooMed product. Tonight's episode is brought to you by Mark Hager over at Texas Chondros. If you want to talk to somebody who likes to put people on the map, you have to go follow TX Chondros on Instagram. He has put on some of the biggest breeders out in Texas out on his platform on Instagram. Also displays some of his own amazing projects on his Instagram. You could also simply go to his website, see what pairings he has going on for this season, and also see his previous productions. Mark has been working with yellow neonates on top of red neonates, and his passion for this hobby is second to none. He's also mentored a lot of people like myself. So thank you so much, Mark Hager, for all your support. And if you guys really want to know how it is about building a community, then you got to go check out Texas Chondros. Thank you so much, Texas Chondros, for all your support. Cannot wait to see what you're all about in the 2026 breeding season. Shout out to tonight's sponsor, Workshop Reptilium. Josh Hansen is doing things different over in his facility. He has one of the most diverse, beautiful reptile collections currently in the reptile hobby today, but he is doing things differently when it comes to enclosures, thinking outside the box, giving these reptiles bigger enclosures. I feel like it's something this hobby needs. So a lot of exciting stuff to come from Workshop Reptilium. I'm going to be flying up to his place to give you guys a deeper look into his facility. And I'm also excited to have an episode with Josh so he can explain himself where his goals are headed when it comes to keeping. Thank you so much, Josh Hansen over at Workshop Reptilium. Make sure you head over to Instagram. Make sure you head over to Facebook. Also, make sure you subscribe to him on YouTube. You can find all the links in the description below. Again, thank you so much, Josh, over at Workshop Reptilium. Tonight's episode is brought to you by David Brahms from the Reptile Perch. If you have an arboreal species, you definitely want to make sure you are using a David Brahms design perch over at the Reptile Perch. You can get any size perch you want for any size arboreal, anywhere from hatchlings all the way from adults. Everything you see behind me is on a David Brahms design PVC perch. So thank you so much to the Reptile Perch for doing everything that you've been doing with these awesome, affordable perches for people to take advantage of. And you can find David Brahms's website in the description below. Simply go to www.reptileperch.com or just go to Reptile Perch on Instagram. And you can also see many of David's awesome green tree python projects. He's also a highly successful green tree python breeder. Been looking up to for the last few years as well. So to have his support really means the world to me. Thank you so much, David Brahms over the Reptile Perch. Shout out to Focus Cube Habitats, the #1 PVC enclosure in the reptile industry. Hands down, everything you guys see behind me are 3x2x2 PVC design enclosures by Stephen and Ashley over at Focus Cube Habitats. My entire room at this point, all Focus Cube Habitat enclosures, and that is for a real reason. My reptiles love them. I've had majority of these Focus Cube Habitats behind me for over 6 years now. So guys, if you're looking to expand your reptile room and get yourself some new enclosures, no better place to visit than Focus Cube Habitat. You head over to focuscubehabitats.com and see how many different design enclosures you could choose from. And you can also follow them on Instagram and stay updated with all current new enclosures on their YouTube channel. So thank you so much, Stephen and Ashley over at Focus Cube Habitats. And I think I got new enclosures in the driveway, so I gotta go. Shout out to Focus Cube Habitats, you are the best. Thank you for all the fellow support. Thank you so much for anyone who watches the Trap Talk Reptile Network. Hit that like button. If you hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, you'll be notified of every new episode dropping here out of the network 7 days a week. And also by hitting that like button, hitting that subscribe button, it pushes this network out to other new keepers coming into the hobby. So by you doing that, it does more than you think. So thank you so much again for all the support. And if you're not already a subscriber, please hit that subscribe button. We're doing big things over here.